Factual disclosure. Now, this is an important term because we're moving away from full disclosure, and this is the first step. And it's really important that we are going to consider her as well. Remember, some of you that are my age or older, the old Dragnet, just the facts, ma'am. It was a very famous line from the Dragnet TV series, and if you're really bored and you want to, Google that, you'll really enjoy this show. But it was a cop show, and it was just the facts, ma'am. I don't need all the story, just the facts, ma'am. And that is what I want to talk about here in this type of disclosure. And there's more to come in the further section. So this is not a replacement for full disclosure. This is one piece of disclosure. So please, I want you to just keep that in mind. When the world of the wife is blown up by the secret world, she no longer knows what reality is. Remember, she was in Camelot, all is well in the kingdom, and now her total reality's been blown up, shaken. She doesn't even know which way is up. What's true? Where did this happen? This damage and insecurity is made worse when she knows inside she doesn't know the full story, or worse, if he just dribbles out a little bit at a time and a little bit at a time, she keeps getting up and getting knocked down, up and knocked down. That's the hardest way to do any kind of disclosure, is this dribble form. Now remember, I've worked with thousands of women exactly in this situation. Like your wife for over 30 years, whether it's pornography, infidelity, all kinds of stuff. And as we went through and moved through the partners movement, there's a lot here that we need to talk about. I have a whole certification just for partner training of counselors so that your wife can know what she's feeling, what she needs to experience, and what she needs to heal. Now, she is traumatized and devastated, and still she has to get up, take care of the kids, keep the family going, social commitments, deal with her family, deal with the issues from a very wounded state. So it's kind of like she's in a car accident, but she still has to do everything. When she does not believe she has the whole truth, and I mean just the basic facts of what is or not true, it's like she's physically treading water. I don't know if you ever went to a big pool and you were just treading water. Well, after a while, you get really tired, especially if you don't have a floaty or anything to support your weight. Well, that's her every single day. She wakes up treading water. She has to carry the kids treading water. She has to drive treading water. She has to go to school or go to work. All of this extra energy is being drained out of her soul, her spirit, and her body because she has all these responsibilities, and yet her feet are not even on the ground. She needs at least the basic facts so that she can begin to know what reality she's actually dealing with and process her reaction to establish what she needs at this time. Grieve her real losses, because sometimes this involves people that she actually knows. It involves history and story that has to be changed and altered, and she has to grieve those changes. She has to try to take on the role of the protector of the family since he's failed. She has to reorient herself, okay? I have a great DVD on marriage after addiction. I talk about the Princess Warrior, how in that moment she realized she's not protected, and now she needs to become the protector in which she wasn't designed to do. She needs to also evaluate what kind of help she needs. Does she need to get in a group or see a therapist and do this kind of things? What kind of material she needs? She's really in this thing. She needs to know the basic facts. The purpose of a factual disclosure is to have a foundation of facts. This is not about all the details. This is about a foundation of facts to move forward so that she can be able to make her thing, and he can be free from the shame of his choices. Now, I want to pause here for a second, because in the other model, they would say, well, he has too much shame and he needs to decrease that to be able to do disclosure. Well, let me tell you my 30 years of experience. The guy who tells the truth from the very beginning and does a factual disclosure doesn't have shame. He doesn't carry 2 years of shame and relapsing because of the shame. He doesn't have it. He's broken the lie. If you really knew me, you wouldn't love me, because not only does his wife know, his therapist knows, and maybe his sponsor knows the factual story, and he's free from shame. So he's a lot better off. When he tells her the truth, she gets to make real decisions. Now, I've done thousands of these factual disclosures, and it really helps the addict to get rid of the shame, to be honest, to grow up, and really helps him expedite his recovery. His relapse chances are lower when there's a factual disclosure, because he doesn't have to lie about things anymore. He also doesn't have any secrets anymore, so we can cut those things off in his addiction process. It's a disservice to him to stay lying, furthering the shame and the guilt of his past in a counseling process. It doesn't help at all, okay? It's a disservice to intentionally keep the wife in the dark and not give her any reality or any facts of knowing what her story really is, and even possibly threatening her health. So this internal pain and this conflict can be done in a factual disclosure. The coddling of the perpetrator is not going to be part of the process in a factual disclosure. We're not going to coddle him. We're going to say, okay, what's the truth? Let's get to it. This partially is why I'm doing this video, because he can heal quicker, she can heal quicker, the marriage can heal quicker, and we need to have a different process as we walk through these things.